For what purpose does the gentleman from Arizona rise?
I rise to place into nomination the name of my friend from Florida, Byron Donalds, for the Speaker of the House.
The gentleman is recognized.
I appreciate that. You know, we're coming off an election. Just 2 months ago, a little less than 2 months ago, actually. And what did that election tell us? Well, when there were 5 million more Republicans who cast their ballots, it told us that the American public wanted a change. They wanted a change from the policies of the left that has taken over the Democrat Party. It said they wanted a change from this administration that has inflicted so much pain economically. We've seen crime explode. We've got an administration that won't even acknowledge that there's a crisis on the border. I tell you to go on down to the border. I've invited this administration to come with me to the border. Let's see it firsthand. The American public said they want to change. They want something new. They want something different. And we are on a path that just continues. Where were we just 12 years ago? An $11 trillion national debt. You know where we are today? Almost 3 times that. Both parties share blame in that. We have to bring that under control. You bring that under control not just by changing the rules of an institution, but by changing the leadership. And I'm told this process is painful. It's embarrassing, I'm told. You know what it is? It's not dysfunction, and it's not imperiling. What it is the exchange of ideas, an expression of support for people you want to be your leader in the next Congress. I think it's incredibly healthy, actually, for the American people to see that we're on the floor, something that my colleagues across the aisle so rarely like to be. They enjoy the proxy voting, I guess. They've sat there, I'll give it to you. They've laughed and they've chuckled and they've pointed fingers at us and said, oh, see here. But you know what? As my friend from Florida just said, we're together. We're having an internal fight. It's being displayed. I wish it wasn't necessarily being displayed, but the American people could see it. But I can tell you this. When this is over and done with, I know which side of the aisle is going to be laughing. And it's going to be the side that is unified in taking on the issues that Americans care about. The issues that this side has not only ignored, but has put upon the American people. We used to be energy independent. It seems so long ago. It's 2 years ago, actually. We're going to restore America to energy independence. You know how you reduce inflation? You stop devaluing your currency. You stop blowing out the waters by spending $1.7 trillion on an omnibus bill that has how many thousands of earmarks in it? You start taking on crime. You start fighting violence. You start fighting the overgrowth of our budget and restore our economy. You start incentivizing jobs. You recognize that the American middle class is being squeezed, and those who are with more difficult economic circumstances are being squeezed by an economy that has this inflation that attacks energy. You bring your border back under control, and this side is going to bring that border security under control. We recognize it's a crisis. It's a crisis when in 2020, the Yuma sector had 9,000 encounters, not for a 5-day period, but for an entire fiscal year. Under this administration, with these policies, that 9,000 encounters is about a 5-day period in the human sector today. You don't know what it's like unless you see that happening. We're on a suboptimal path. It has to change. And to make a change, it can be difficult. It can be short-term, uncomfortable. But when you move to the correct path, all of a sudden things ease up and you can start having success. The direction here, in my opinion, is to someone like a Byron Donalds, a man who is living the American dream and is the example and the mentor for millions who need hope. Here is a man that has worked his way up. He is not a novice. He has the experience. He has the chops to be the speaker. He is a man. He has a lovely family, and they are politically engaged. They know what's going on. He has worked in Florida politics. He's worked in the legislature. He has respect. He has the quiet confidence that a leader needs. I look around this body today, and I know it's hard for you to believe. I know it's hard for me to believe sometimes when I'm here and I have the great honor and privilege of serving with you. But you represent the cross-section of America, the great American experiment. The experience that you bring, the knowledge that you bring, is unique. The road to recovery is through this body. I believe if you want to make change, you have to make change. Maintaining status quo is not an option today. I believe we've reached an existential crisis in this country. I look across and I see the left has captured virtually every institution. It is time that we reassert ourselves and put America back on the road to recovery. And the person who I think is most capable and will do the most credible job to lead us back that way is my friend from Florida, the Honorable Byron Donalds, whom I am pleased and proud to nominate as the next Speaker of the House of Representatives.